Prepare to unwind with a story to soothe your heart and mind. Anemone and Katie's Starry Adventure. This story is about Anemone, a curious girl who discovers a celestial being named Katie, and together they explore the magical tales of stars that forever enrich her soul. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain, there lived a young girl named Anemone. Her home was surrounded by lush gardens, where the fragrance of blooming flowers painted the air with sweetness. Anemone had an uncontrollable curiosity and a love for the glistening stars that adorned the night sky. She often spent her evenings lying on the soft grass, gazing up at the infinite sparkle above. In those moments, she felt connected to something greater than herself. One night, as Anemone settled into her usual spot, she noticed an unusual star radiating with a splendid heat. Its light was warmer and more inviting than the others, as though it had secrets to share. Transfixed, she followed the spark's glow, wandering deep into the mountains until she arrived at a hidden grove. There, surrounded by ancient trees, she met Kawaii, a celestial being, who was gracefully inscribed in a robe shimmering with cosmic dust. Kawa's eyes twinkled like galaxies, holding the wisdom of ages gone by. "I have watched your heart from afar," Kawaii began, his voice like a gentle breeze that carried the whispers of forgotten tales. "You are one who appreciates the whispers of stars, your heart pure and full of wonder." Anemone, awestruck by his presence, felt an overwhelming peace. "You've always felt drawn to their stories," she confessed. Kawaii nodded knowingly. "The stars are indeed storytellers, weaving threads of time across the universe." As they spoke, he unveiled stories of stars from distant skies, tales of adventurous comets, harmonious constellations, and the poignant dance between celestial bodies. The grove became a tapestry of time, row upon row of stories enveloping Anemone's senses. Enchanted by the tales Kawaii shared, Anemone felt her spirit soar amongst the constellations. As the hours passed, she learned the joys and sorrows etched upon each star, understanding how they painted dreams across the night. Soon they approached the hour when dawn threatened to unveil itself. Kawaii offered Anemone a handful of stardust, the essence of dreams. "This will keep the connection alive," he whispered as he blew the dust into the air, creating constellations that danced around them. "Whenever you need to hear the star-sucked stories, just look to the sky." With a heart full of gratitude, Anemone promised to cherish the tales she had learned and carry them as treasures. As the horizon began to blush with rosy hues, Anemone returned home, a newfound spark in her soul. Never again did she see Kawaii, yet his presence remained in the twinkling eyes of each star. Her nights transformed, filled with the vibrant stories that she now understood. And every evening she felt connected to Kawaii, a friendship forged in stardust and timeless stories, forever watching over her from the endless sea of stars. Another story awaits to ease your night. Xinya and the Celestial Orchid, a Tale of Seasons. This story is about a girl named Petunia and a celestial being called Orchid, who discover the beauty and purpose of seasons together. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled at the foot of mist-covered mountains, there lived a young girl named Petunia. She had hair the color of autumn leaves and eyes as bright as the spring sky. With a heart full of curiosity, Petunia loved exploring the vibrant meadows and dense woods that surrounded her village. One crisp autumn afternoon, while wandering through the forest, she stumbled upon an ethereal creature named Orchid, whose presence seemed to shimmer with the colors of every season. Orchid, celestial being guardian of nature, had hair like silver moonlight, and wings that displayed hues of sunrise and sunset. Petunia, intrigued by our hints for a, introduced herself with a warm smile. Hitwishy, with a gentle nod, introduced herself in return, her voice as soft as a whispering breeze. They became fast friends, sharing stories of their worlds. Petunia spoke of village life, the changing seasons, and all the joys and challenges they brought. Orchid listened intently, her eyes reflecting the seasons Petunia described. In return, Orchid shared tales of the celestial realms, where stars dance in eternal ballets and nature blossoms with cosmic energy. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the bond between Petunia and Orchid grew stronger. Fish season brought its own gifts. A winter with its pure, silent beauty, spring with its blossoming hope, summer's golden warmth, and autumn's fiery tapestry. Together, they embraced the magic of each season, understanding that change is the essence of life. On snowy winter night, as the village rested under a blanket of stars, Petunia and Orchid stood at the edge of the forest. Petunia asked Orchid if she ever wished for the seasons to remain unchanged. Orchid smiled, her eyes twinkling like the northern lights, and exclaimed, "Each season has its purpose, a time to reflect, to grow, to bask in warmth, and to prepare for rest. Without change, there can be no renewal." Her words lingered in the cold night air like a gentle promise. Realizing this wisdom, Petunia felt a deeper connection to the earth and its cycles. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, Petunia understood that every moment shared with Orchid was a treasure of its own. Thankful for her celestial friend, Petunia embraced the dawn of each new season with hope and joy, knowing that she, like the world around her, was part of something much grander. Let's turn to the next gentle story. Acalypha and Euphorbia, a journey for memories. This story is about Acalypha and a parrot named Euphorbia, who bond over shared stories and embark on a magical journey through a forest of memories. In a quaint little village nestled between undulating green hills, there lived a gentle soul named Acalypha. Acalypha was known for his love of life and the way he cherished memories both old and new. His days were often spent wandering the meadows, collecting colorful flowers and reminiscing about the tales spun by his grandmother. One sunny morning, as Acalypha strolled through the vibrant fields, he heard a melodious chirping that seemed to dance with the breeze. Curiously, he followed the sound until he found a magnificent parrot perched upon an ancient oak tree, feathers gleaming in hues of emerald and gold. Harry, named Euphorbia, looked at Acalypha with bright, inquisitive eyes. "Good day to you," Euphorbia spoke, with a voice as smooth as silk. Acalypha was amazed, for he had never encountered a talking parrot before. The two quickly became friends, drawn together by their shared passion for stories. Euphorbia had traveled far and wide, collecting tales and memories from all corners of the earth. As they spent more time together, Acalypha realized that Euphorbia was not just a storyteller. She was a keeper of memories. Each day, in the shade of the old oak tree, Euphorbia would recount adventures of distant lands. Her stories painted vibrant images in Acalypha's mind, filling his heart with a warmth he had never known. One afternoon, Euphorbia told him of a magical forest where trees whispered secrets to those who listened intently. "Oh, how wonderful it must be," sighed Acalypha, his eyes filled with wonder. "I wish I could see it." With a gentle smile, Euphorbia invited Acalypha on a journey to explore the enchanting forest. Their journey was filled with laughter and discovery. Together, they traversed through lush green paths, each step resonating with echoes of memories untold. As they reached the magical forest, Acalypha felt an ethereal serenity enveloping him. The trees truly whispered, their gentle voices weaving tales of ancient wisdom and forgotten dreams. Acalypha listened, enraptured. while Euphorbia fluttered about, her feathers shimmering under the soft dapples of sunlight. They spent hours seated in a clearing observing the magic of the forest, each story deepening their friendship and weaving their own tapestry of shared memories. As dusk fluttered across the sky, the pair lingered under the stars, the mysteries of the forest, now a treasured part of their hearts. In that serene moment, Akaleva reflected on the beauty of memories, how they hold the power to nourish the soul and connect the hearts. With Euphorbia by his side, he understood that every memory was a seed from which new stories blossomed. His heart swelled with gratitude for the journey and the friendship formed. "Thank you, Euphorbia," he whispered, knowing that their journey was just the beginning. In the gentle embrace of the night, Akaleva and Euphorbia watched the stars, their shimmering tails the testament to the enduring bond forged through memories. Okay, now let's wander into a new tale. Peony and Borage, the Laughter Journey. This story is about Peony and Borage, whose laughter journey transformed their village into a community filled with joy. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a girl named Peony and her best friend, a toad named Borage. Borage was not an ordinary toad. He had an unusual talent for making people laugh with his silly jokes and playful antics. Every evening, after the sun slipped below the horizon, Peony and Borage would set off on their little adventures round the village. One warm summer night, with stars twinkling above, they stumbled upon an idea that would change their lives forever. Peony, with her imagination as vast as the night sky, suggested to Borage that they create a laughter troupe, where they would visit the houses of villagers, telling jokes and spreading joy. Borage's eyes sparkled with excitement, eager to embark on this new journey. They began their laughter tour with Mrs. Hazel, the village baker, known for her delicious tarts and serious demeanor. As Borage performed his comic act, balancing on rolling pins and making exaggerated expressions, Mrs. Hazel couldn't help but burst into laughter, shaking flour from her apron. The laughter was so contagious that soon everyone in her bakery joined in, cheering Peony and Borage along their way. Encouraged by their success, Peony and Borage continued to visit different parts of the village, each night adding new jokes and funny stories to their repertoire. Little by little, the village, once quiet and reserved, started filling with joyous laughter and camaraderie. Penny discovered the true happiness of connecting with friends through laughter, while Borage reveled in the warmth of shared joy. One day, they met an elderly man named Mr. Willow, whose house was at the edge of the village. Mr. Will rarely spoke to anyone and spent most of his days in solitude. Peony and Borage approached him with gentle smiles and invited him to join their laughter tour. At first, Mr. Willow remained stoic, but as Borage mimicked the curious antics of forest critters, a smile slowly crept across his face. That night, beneath the serene moonlight, Mr. Willow shared a story about his youth, filled with laughter and friendships long forgotten. Inspired, the three of them began sharing tales and jokes, each word woven with threads of happiness. As time went by, the laughter tour became a cherished tradition in the village. Villagers began contributing their stories and turning each gathering into a tapestry of shared joy. Peony and Borage learned that their laughter had transformed the village into a thriving community, where bonds were strengthened by a shared chuckle. As they retired for the night, under the gentle glow of the village lamps, Peony thanked Borage for his unwavering friendship and for teaching her the power of laughter. Borage, in turn, thanked Peony for her endless perseverance that made every night an endless adventure. And so, with hearts full of warmth and joy, they drifted into dreams woven with the bright threads of laughter, Sleep deeply and peacefully. Good night.